Hi, everyone, and welcome to CE Institute. My name is Selena Belisle, and I am one of the instructors here at the school that teaches foot reflexology, and I'm also the founder of the school as well. Today, I want to talk to you about what some people call are crystals in the feet. Particularly, they might have trained in foot reflexology a while ago and they're pressing around in the feet and they think that they're feeling all these crystals. And I have to tell you, nothing could be further from the truth. In our feet, we have a lot of accessory bones. And these accessory bones and sesamoid bones are quite common, more common than we are usually aware. Most of us know about the two sesamoid bones that are just off the interphalangeal joints of the big toe. But did you know that there are additional accessory bones throughout the foot? Many of them. 10 to 26% of the population has this trigonum bone back here off from the talus and calcaneus. 5 to 10% of the population has accessory bones that are in this color yellow that are also found in the interphalangeals on the top of the metatarsals and in between the calcaneus, talus, and some of the other tarsals of the foot. And then there's some other more rare accessory bones. 1 to 5% of the population have accessory bones that are underneath here in between the metatarsals of the foot, probably easily palpable. And people might think that they've found a crystal and they're going to break down this crystal. It's bone tissue. You're not going to break it down. It's not uric acid or any type of metabolic waste. In fact, there's been some studies that were performed in live tissue samples to look what are these things that we're feeling, these nodules in the feet, and it was discovered that it was truly organic material. It was scar tissue, myofascial adhesions, some of the digital slips of the plantar fascia was probably scarred and fibrosis. And then we have an amazing amount of these sesamoid and accessory bones of the feet. So we also, in about little less than 1% of the population, we have these aquamarine accessory bones, and then a fraction of people, maybe 1 in 200, might have an additional accessory bone down here between the distal interphalangeal joint and the inferior portion of the metatarsals. So we hope this helps clear up for those of you who think that or were told, and many instructors used to teach this, that there's these crystals in the feet, and when you feel break that waste down, it's waste, we got to break it up, the client's going to feel better. Nothing could be further from the truth. You actually shouldn't be pressing on these because, I mean, it's one thing if you're working on scar tissue, but it's kind of hard to determine sometimes, is that scar tissue or are you working on bone tissue that's not going to break down? It's probably just going to become more inflamed when you rub and do cross fiber friction on a bone. It's probably going to be very painful to the client and swell because the periosteum can usually bruise, and sometimes that hurts just as bad as a fracture. So before you do anything that hurts a client, hopefully that information will help. And if you have any questions, if you feel something abnormal in the client's foot, it might be a good practice to tell the client, listen, I'm feeling something here that is not normally present in most people's natural anatomy. Why don't you go see a podiatrist, especially if it's bothering them? Why don't you go see a podiatrist and have this checked out? And the podiatrist probably can palpate and know, oh, this is a usual accessory bone area. They might say, yeah, this is really unusual. Let's get an x-ray. And then the diagnosis process begins. So I hope you found that helpful. They're really are no crystals in the feet. And we do teach foot reflexology and advanced foot massage, and we address this in both classes. They are CE certificate classes, which you can find here at CE Institute. It's CE as in continuing education, ceinstitute.com. And until we see you in another training, be safe.